Oh, Therese made this beat.
Hey, count me up, hey. Check the price. This the type of fly you can't buy or buy. Count me up, hey. Check the price.
Oh, Therese made this beat.
Hey, count me up, hey. Check the price. This the type of fly you can't buy or buy. Count me up, hey. Check the price. This the type of drip you can't buy. Count me up. You see what I'm working with, I'm born with it.
Oh, Therese made this beat. Oh, Therese made this beat.
Hey, count me up, hey. Check the price. This the type of fly you can't buy or buy. Count me up, hey. Check the price. This the type of drip you can't buy. Count me up. You see what I'm working with, I'm born with it, I'm working it, and no, you cannot purchase it, I'm saying. Count me up. You see what I'm working with. Count me up. You see what I'm working with. Counter. Yeah, counter. Yeah.
Hi there, and welcome to Worth Beyond Measure. I'm your host, Jessica T, and by day, I'm a high school English teacher at Richland Northeast High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Aside from teaching, I'm also the executive director of the Pretty Powerful Foundation, a nonprofit that's all about inspiring the next generation of women by creating relevant digital resources. Today, I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, Ashanti. Tell the people about yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Ashanti. I go to Military Magnet Academy. I'm in basketball. I'm the dance captain. I am a mentee in the Y.E.S girls. And I also just previously entered the pageant for Miss No Charleston, and I won the People's Choice Award.
AKA She Poppin'.
Of course.
And we're both excited to be here with you today.
Very much so.
Before we get into our program, there's some very important people we would like to thank. Because of their coins, they made this experience possible. So up first, we would like to thank the Coastal Community Foundation Facebook grant, Dominion Energy, Francis P. Bunnell Foundation, the Intertech Group Incorporated, the Joanna Foundation, the Westbrook Foundation, and last but not least, Walmart.
Wally World.
Yeah. Also, these fabulous t-shirts that you see are available for purchase on our online store at yescouncil.org. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about these sessions, shall we?
I know I had fun at the last session. How about you?
Oh my God, yes, Miss Jackie Bruton was amazing. So hopefully you had a chance to see that. And just a reminder, sessions are one time a month on Sundays from 6:30 to 7:30. So in other words, it's no excuse for you not to be here.
Okay, you done had your Sunday dinner, you done went to church, you done heard the word, now it's time to hear this.
Yeah, say that. You better say that. You better say that. So another exciting thing we have here, money. Who doesn't like money? Okay, so just by watching and experience and interacting, you have a chance to be entered for some cash prizes. All right, and again, we talking some legit money. We have prizes from $25, $50, $75, and $100. Okay,
I want that 100.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
Okay.
I want that 100.
Okay, that's all I can say. 'Cause I'm like, okay, money needed.
The money.
All you have to do is watch each session, and after our last session on November 14th, remember to complete the post-evaluation. All right, so some easy money here. There's no excuse. All right.
Very easy.
Okay. Feel free, as our session continues today, feel free to ask questions, comment, interact, okay, engage in what we have going on today. Why do you think that's important, Ashanti?
Because you understand it better. I feel as though if you don't engage, how are you understanding what they're saying?
Right. Be an active participant. Ask questions. That's why these speakers are here to answer anything that you may need. Last but not least, if you would like to request a mentor, please email mentoringinfo@yescouncil.org. All right. Are you ready to hear about our second speaker?
So excited. The last one was just so phenomenal.
Right.
I'm nervous to hear about the next
Right. We're going to keep the same energy going. So up next, we have Miss Ocielia Gibson Sproul.
Ooh.
Yeah. So our speaker, again, Miss Ocielia Gibson Sproul, is a young woman speaker, author, pageant coach, and Miss Black USA 2011. In other words, she pretty poppin' too, okay? And now, Miss Ocielia will let you know that you are more than just a pretty face.
Of course. You got to add the brains and the
Beauty
the
and
muscle,
brains and
everything.
personality,
You gotta
all
add
that
it
whole
all.
package,
Got to just wrap it up with a nice pretty bow.
period. And she's going to talk more about that with you all.
Hey girls, welcome to today's session. I am excited to be your speaker for today. My name is Ocielia Sproul, and I know I have an unusual name, so I go by Miss O because people jack up my name wherever I go. Sometimes I've had people call me Miss Olivia, Miss Ociola. I've even been called Miss O-Cereal before. I know, really? O-Cereal people? So I just go by Miss O. So if you ever send me a message or you meet me in person, it's perfectly fine to just call me Miss O. Well, today we are going to talk about being more than pretty. We're going to talk about how to level up your beauty. So that's what we're digging into in today's session. So let's go ahead and get started. Think about it. What makes a woman beautiful to you? Take a moment. If you're anything like most people and like me growing up, honestly, it might be how long her hair is, how pretty her smile is, how nice she dresses, how expensive her clothes are. What makes a woman beautiful to you? You may think it may even be how she carries herself. But all of us have an idea of what it is to be, quote unquote, a beautiful girl or a beautiful woman. And mine started when I was a little girl. When I was little, I grew up in a small town here in Texas. I'm from Texas. You probably can tell because I have a little bit of a southern drawl and southern twang in my voice. But I'm from Texas, and I grew up in this small town called Texarkana. So as a little girl, I grew up with my mother and my father. And girls, I can tell you, from the earliest age, I can remember hearing the screams, seeing the shadows, and seeing the images of my father fight my mom. And I remember how scared I used to be to see that growing up. And the fighting would just be so bad. And it was so scary, girls, until I remember one night, my mom and dad, they had got into a big fight, and my father left the house in the middle of the night. And my mother picked me up and took her purse, and she said, "We're going." And so in the pitch black night, because we only had one car. My father left in it. My mother and I escaped, and we ran across the highway. We ran and ran and ran. I'm on my mother's hip all the way to my grandmother's house. I still remember when we got to my grandmother's driveway, my mother actually accidentally fell, and she had to pick me up and then limp her way to the front door. To this day, my mother has arthritis in that knee that she hit that night. So we banged on the doorbell, pressing, come on, get up, get up, get up. Finally, my grandmother wakes up out of the middle of the night, comes to the door. And that night really marks one of the last times I saw my father. And I grew up as a little girl. So my parents ended up divorcing, wondering why my father didn't come to see me, wondering why I wasn't good enough for him to come see me, and really questioning my own worth and questioning my own value. And it really, really came to a head when I was 10 years old. Now check it, how old was I? I was 10. And I had Christmas as normal by that point because I was 4 when my parents divorced. And so now it was normal for me to just have Christmas with my mother and my grandma. And we're having Christmas like normal. And then the next day, what do all kids do the next day? You're playing with your toys. I remember playing with my dolls in my bedroom on the floor. And I will never forget, I got a knock on my bedroom door. Come in. Girls, my mother came into my bedroom and she sat on my bed. And somehow at 10 years old, I knew what my mother was going to say before she even opened her mouth. My mother sat on my bed the morning after Christmas and told me that my father was found dead the night before. That we hadn't known where he was in years. And he had come into town and he had visited all my cousins, all my aunts, all my aunties and uncles, all of his homeboys, all of his friends. But guess who my father didn't stop by to see? Me. And this is one of the times where I really remember thinking, why was I not good enough to be seen? Why was I not important enough? Because if anybody's supposed to love you, it's supposed to be your own flesh and blood, your parents. And I remember just how low my self-esteem got. Because now my dream of getting to know my father was never going to be. And I questioned how good I was because of this. Well, I went through school being picked on, being teased, because in addition to me not having my father in my life, girls, you can't tell because, I'm on Zoom. But if you were to see me in person and you were to look at my legs and you were to look at my arms, I was to pull up my sleeves, you will see that I have blemishes on my arms and on my legs. I've had a skin condition since I was a little girl that caused me to break out in hives every spring. I'm like allergic to everything. And when I say everything, y'all, everything. So I'm allergic to so many things. And I would break out in hives every year that people at school, y'all know, the haters are real. People do the most. So at school, I was called everything. I was called leopard. I was called spotted body. Behind my back, people called me alligator skin girl. Like, I hated the way that I looked. I was like, why can't I just be like other girls and have normal skin? So I was always insecure about myself. Well, when I went and graduated from high school, I decided I'm leaving this town. I'm going to go make something of myself and I'm starting anew. I said, when I get to college, I'm going to do beauty pageants. I know. A girl with bad skin, quote unquote, doing beauty pageants. So I get to college, even though my self-esteem was not where I wanted it to be, I said, I'm going to start believing in myself and I'm going to do something I've always wanted to do. I never felt good enough. but I'm going to do it. And so I went, competed in scholarship pageants, won a lot of scholarship money. I was a pianist, so that was always my talent. And it led to me becoming Miss Black USA. In 2011, I was Miss Black USA. And it took a lot of hard work to get there. And one of the things I realized on my journey is I started to believe in myself, and I stopped sleeping on my beauty and started to understand what real beauty is. That's what got me to that point, to win my national title, to get that accomplishment. And I learned some things about real beauty while I was becoming a national quote unquote pageant queen, beauty queen, that I think that every girl needs to know. Every woman needs to know this stuff, what I ended up discovering, becoming a beauty queen. What I found as I was speaking to girls across the nation as Miss Black USA, I recognized that a lot of girls today struggle with feeling not beautiful enough as well. I wasn't the only one struggling with it. And especially today, I know you all struggle with it. I mean, social media alone, hello, all these crazy filters, everybody's posting their highlight reel. Everyone has an amazing day every day. Everyone looks perfect every day. Their body looks perfect, but they're using apps to make their body look different. You can really feel like, dang, what is wrong with me? So I recognize that a lot of girls struggle with feeling not beautiful enough. So what I'm going to share with you is real beauty. So what is beauty actually? Okay, so if we're going to stop struggling with not feeling good enough and get to the real of what is real about beauty, we got to understand what it is. So here's what beauty is when you look it up in the dictionary, ladies. Beauty is something that is appealing to all of the senses. How many senses do we have, ladies? 5 senses. So beauty is appealing to all of your 5 senses. Now, usually when we talk about somebody being beautiful, what sense are we going off of? Our sight, right? You're looking at something. You're looking at someone and you're saying, okay, they're beautiful. But the real definition of beauty isn't just what is seen. It is something that appeals to every sense that you have. Now, you might be thinking, okay, how does this work? What do you mean appealing to all the senses? I mean, I get seeing something beautiful, but how can something be beautiful through all the senses? How can we be beautiful that way? I got you. Let's break it down. I'm going to show you how to be beautiful through the 5 senses of beauty, ladies. So if you're ready, let's get into it. All right, ladies. So let's start with the flavor of beauty. I know, sounds crazy. Flavor? What? Yes, there is a flavor of beauty, ladies. Have you ever heard somebody say, like your auntie, your mom, maybe even your grandma, maybe a teacher, say somebody left a bad taste in their mouth? It was like, something about them ain't right. Left a bad taste in the mouth. That saying is really someone saying that they had a bad encounter with somebody that had to do kind of with their soul, like a spiritual kind of thing, like deeper than the surface. When someone says that someone left a bad taste in their mouth, it's not something that you can just readily see. It's not something that was obvious, but there was something about that person that was a little off. Some of us may call that, I got a bad vibe, right? Well, the flavor of the beauty, the soul of somebody that makes them beautiful actually is their character. And sometimes people can pick up if your character is good or if your character is bad. It comes across to people. So the flavor of beauty has to do with your character, because pretty will get attention, but ladies, your character is unforgettable. And when we think about your character, ladies, we're talking about who you are when no one is watching you. That's the essence of who you are. It's the ingredients inside. The flavor of beauty, your essence, your soul, your character, who you are as a person and what you stand by are your ingredients. You know how it is. You get a bag of chips right? Has a pretty package. It's wrapped beautifully, but then you open it up and like, hold up, only half of the bag is full. Wait a minute, the contents, it was misleading. It looked great on the outside, but wait a minute, this is a half empty bag of potato chips full of air, right? And then if you go even deeper, you go back to the nutritional facts, you go to the product label to see exactly what is in it. Now, if you're like me and you've got allergies, I have to read all the labels to make sure there's no nuts. It wasn't processed in a facility with nuts or anything else I'm allergic to, because I have to look at the ingredients. It's nice that this looks good. It's nice that the package is bright and shiny, but we got to get to the ingredients of something, okay? So ladies, when we're talking about the flavor of beauty, we're talking about the essence of who you are, that character. That's the ingredients of your beauty. Your beauty isn't what is seen on the outside. It starts deep within you with who you are as a person and what you stand on. So the flavor of beauty comes from your character. So that's the first thing you need to know, all right? So that's number one. The flavor of beauty is your character, who you are as a person, what you stand on. So we got flavor out of the way. Let's go to the next one. The scent of beauty. Have you ever heard somebody say that someone has a stinky or a funky attitude? Where does your attitude come from? Your attitude comes from how you think, ladies. It comes from how you think. So your thoughts are going to determine your emotions. We become what we think about. So if you got negative and foul thoughts running through your mind, guess what? You're going to have a negative and foul attitude towards other people and coming out into the world. You can have a good day or a bad day, depending on how you think about things. You've had it before. You can wake up in the morning and just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, as people say, right? And you could just be mad. You're like, oh, I don't want to go to this class today. I don't want to deal with this teacher. Oh, I didn't finish my homework. I got to rush through my homework. Oh my gosh, this girl gets on my nerves in school. Oh my gosh, my mama. Oh my gosh, here she goes talking again. Want me to do this, want me to do that. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm not in a good mood. Right? And you just talk yourself into having just a stinky day. Your day is just messed up from the jump because you just come out of bed just grumpy, right? Or you can wake up and have a good attitude because of your thoughts. You wake up, it's like, okay, I'm excited about this day. Oh, I know I got to deal with this teacher, but I'm going to just try to shut my mouth and do my work and make the best of today because I'm not trying to have no drama today. I'm not trying to get into it with her. Oh, this girl, I'm just not even going to ignore. I'm going to ignore her. This girl, she always tries to start stuff. If she look at me funny, I'm not even going to give her any attention. She's not going to get my time. Okay, mama wants me to do stuff. Yes, ma'am. Let me get whatever I need to get done. We're going to have a drama-free day. I'm not having no issues. I'm going about my business. I'm going to have a good day. I'm making the most of the day and we're going to be good. Okay. We're going to be good. It's going to be a good day. Let me go get a cup of coffee or something and make sure I'm good. So you can approach your day like that versus the first way I talked about. And it will make all the difference in how you grow through your day because it's not about what happens to you girls. It's about how you respond. 90% of life is how you respond to things. 10% is what actually happens. So how you deal with things and how you think about things is going to determine how successful you are and how you get throughout your life, ladies. So the scent of beauty comes from your thoughts. And know this, the scent of your attitude is stronger than any perfume that you can wear. Any body spray, any body lotion, that attitude is going to be stronger than any of that you can put on. So the scent of beauty, ladies, it comes from your thoughts. So pay attention to how you think. All right. So far, if you're tracking along with us, We talked about the flavor of beauty, right? Which is character. We just talked about the scent of beauty, which is your thoughts, how you think. What do you think we're going to talk about next? The sound of beauty. All right, you all probably already know where this is headed, okay? Have you ever seen a gorgeous girl? I mean, you just looked at her and you're like, oh my God, she is so beautiful. Like her hair, she might, have this beautiful fro, or she might have just beautiful long, flowing hair, whatever. Her hair is just beautiful. Like she has pretty eyes, she has pretty skin. Her skin, her smile, she just flashes it. It's like, ping. Okay, her outfit is just popping, like she is just working her outfit, her little earrings and her accessories. Yes, she's doing the whole thing, right? Everything is together, okay? So you look at her and she's beautiful. Her heels, everything, her purse, matching perfectly, flawless. And then she opens her mouth. And everything you thought about how pretty she was, goes out the window. Who's been there before? I know you have. It happens all the time. So that is indicative. That is what I'm talking about when we talk about the sound of beauty. You can have all this other stuff, but if once you open your mouth, you're not cute anymore, you don't have the sound of beauty. So the sound of beauty comes from the way that you speak. Now, I'm going to share an acronym with you girls because I learned this a few years ago. Excuse me, I'm going to get a little bit of water. Excuse me. So I learned this acronym a few years ago, and it's to think before you speak. I don't know if any of you have heard this before. Okay, so think before you speak. So it's literally the word think as you see on the screen, and then it's spelled out THINK. It's spelled out, and each letter stands for something. So before you say something, the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, is this true? What I'm saying, is this an honest thing that I'm saying? Or am I lying a little bit? Am I fabricating a little bit? Am I adding a little extra sauce to what I'm saying? Or is this true? So first you want to think, is it true? H, is it helpful? Is it helpful? Like, am I saying something that's actually going to help somebody? Is this, me telling them this, is this going to help them in their life? I, is it inspiring? And is it necessary? Sometimes we say things, girls, and it's not even necessary for us to say it. Is this necessary? There's times where what you want to say, it's better to just keep it to yourself. So is it necessary? And K, is it kind? It may be true, but am I being kind about it? Or am I hurting their feelings? It may be helpful, but am I kind? It may be a necessary thing to say, but am I being kind, right? And if it's inspiring, it usually is kind. But think about, is it kind? Am I speaking with love? You can speak the truth, but speak it with love. Am I speaking that way? Or am I just blurting something out because it's on my mind? I just speak my mind. It doesn't matter how it affects people. This is what we talk about when we're saying the sound of beauty. If you literally can filter the words that you say like this, making sure what you're saying is true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and or kind, then you'll have the sound of beauty. This can work for anything, whether you're talking to your family members, your little brother, your sister, your mom, your teachers, your friends, whoever. This is a great way to have the sound of beauty because it does you no good, girls, if you look good, but then you open your mouth and people don't think you are cute anymore, right? So we want to have that sound of beauty. Sometimes Not speaking says more than all the words in the world. So the sound of beauty is speaking words that matter, and then knowing when you don't need to speak anything at all. The sound of beauty comes from how you speak. All right, ladies. So that is the sound of beauty, which comes from how you speak. We did the flavor of beauty. We did the scent of beauty. We just talked about the sound of beauty. Now let's get into the touch of beauty. How to be beautiful through touch. Have you ever heard someone say that someone touched them? Like they did something nice for them and it was like, oh, that touched me. Or something happened that was really great. And I'm like, oh, that touched me. You know, the touch of beauty has to do when you reach out to somebody else. It's how you impact the lives of other people. Plain and simple, it's how you treat people. That is the touch of beauty, going beyond yourself and using your hands, using your life to be a blessing, to help, to serve, to encourage other people in your life. The touch of beauty comes from how you act, how you behave towards others. And know this, your people treatment far exceeds your beauty treatments, okay? So the way you treat people is going to exceed any kind of beauty treatment that you can have. Your people treatment exceeds your beauty treatment. How do you impact others' lives? Are you just selfish and you think about yourself all the time and what you can get and what you want? Or do you make an effort to touch the lives of others? Think about it. What can you start doing on a daily basis where you can touch the lives of other people? Now, it may be something along with helping around the house. It may be volunteering with the organization at school. It may be getting involved in the community. It may be doing something nice for somebody at school, maybe somebody that's being bullied or somebody that doesn't have a lot of friends. But think about that for a moment. What can you do? What is like in your life every day? You go places every day, whatever. What can I start doing every day? What can I do that's a small act of kindness where I can extend the touch of beauty, where I can be beautiful with the way that I impact people, the way that I treat people, the way that I act? Just like we said with the sound of beauty, a girl can have all the looks, right? And then she opens her mouth and it's like, oh my gosh, she's not cute anymore. You can have all the looks, but then the way that you treat people, it's like, she has an ugly personality. We don't want to deal with her. That can happen. People can feel that way about you. So the touch of beauty has to do with how you impact other lives. The touch of beauty comes from how you behave, how you act, plain and simple. So how are you treating people every day? Are you living for yourself? Or are you really seeking to help others? That's the touch of beauty. And last but not least, we are ending where so many people begin. The sight of beauty. Okay. This is, like I said at the beginning, a lot of people think the sight of beauty is what beauty is. We look at somebody and we think, okay, she's beautiful. But this is just the icing on the cake, ladies. The sight, the visual, the appearance, this is the icing on the cake. So the sight of beauty, my question for you is, do you care about your appearance? Do you actually pay attention to how you care about yourself? Let's think about it. Your outer beauty, ladies, should just be a reflection of the inner beauty that you have inside. Your outer beauty should just be a reflection of your inner beauty you have inside. So if we take care of ourselves outwardly, it should just show that we're a beautiful woman or a beautiful girl on the inside. So I mean, do you take care of your skin, your makeup, your hair, your nails, your fitness, your clothes, your accessories, how you adorn yourselves, how you put things together? All of that should just reflect this inner shine that you have. It's just the icing on the cake. The cake is the flavor, the scent, the touch, the sound, and the sight is just the icing on top of it. And so when you have the sight of beauty, you take the time to take care of yourself on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying you spend hours and hours looking good. I'm not saying you got to do all of that. But do you take the time to make sure that your clothes are pressed and ironed? Do you take the time to make sure that you really do take care of your hair? Do you wash your face and moisturize your face? Do you take the time to make sure that your nails are neat and clean? It doesn't mean everybody has to be a glamour girl. Everybody doesn't have to wear makeup and huge lashes and all of that. No, I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying for who you are, no matter if you're more of a natural girl or if you are a glamour girl, for who you are, do you put your best foot forward every day in how you present yourself to the world? Only you can answer that. And so for who you are, think about if you're putting forth your best effort every day and are truly demonstrating the sight of beauty through being your best in the way that you present yourself and showing that you care about yourself. So the sight of beauty comes from how you take care of your appearance. Now let's think about this, ladies. We just talked about the 5 senses of beauty. Flavor, which comes from your character, who you are at the core. The scent of beauty, which comes from your thought life, and the way that you think, which creates your attitude. The sound of beauty, which are the words that you speak. And I didn't even get into this, even what you post. But that's a whole nother session. So the sound of beauty. Then the touch of beauty, which is how you treat people. How do you treat people every day? How do you behave? And then you have all of that, and then the sight of beauty, which comes from taking care of your appearance. So imagine this, girls. You have good character. You have the right thoughts. The way you think is positive. You speak words that are encouraging and uplifting to other people. You speak the truth, but you do it in a loving, inspiring way. You treat people kind, nicely. You serve others. You give back in your community. And then on top of all of that, you look good. Girl, that's what we call beautiful. Filled with beauty. Beautiful is a compound word. The root word is beauty. And then we add full. The qualifier is full. So to be filled up with beauty from the inside out is to have that character, that positive thinking, the words that you speak, that touch of serving others and helping other people, and looking the part on top of all of that. That is a beautiful girl or a beautiful woman. That is what it is to be filled with beauty. So if you notice, some of us have been saying beautiful wrong. We're calling people and things beautiful, and wait a minute. They just have the sight of beauty, but are they really filled from the inside out? So ladies, this is how you can be filled with beauty and truly be beautiful from the inside out and know that you are enough because you have the ingredients on the inside. You're not just a pretty package. You have the full ingredients. You have everything. You have the contents. And that's the difference in being more than pretty. Pretty literally means an attractive appearance, but beauty is being filled from the inside out. The way people experience your beauty, it's not just seen, it's felt because of the type of girl you are from the inside out. So I go into this deeper in my book. I have a book. Yes, ladies. Yes, girls. I got a book called More Than Pretty. And it is available on Lifeway at Lifeway Bookstore. So there's a link here if you want to grab my book, feel free to click the link here and take a look at the book. But it goes through each of these senses of beauty, and you can go deeper into it for yourself. There's also video lessons that go with it. So not only can you get the book, but there's also videos that go with it. And so you can download the videos as well as you go through the study, as you go through the book. And of course, ladies, if you want to keep in touch with me, please keep in touch. Say, hey, girl, you can contact me. I am on Instagram. Not really a TikToker yet. So a lot of girls want me to get on TikTok. I don't know. Y'all might catch me on there at some point. But if you're on Instagram, catch me on Instagram. It's just my first name. As I said, I know I have an interesting name. It's Ocielia. That's O-C-I-E to the L-I-A, O-C-I-E to the L-I-A, O-C-I-E to the L-I-A. So that's me on Instagram. Or you can check out my website at Ocielia.com. All right, ladies, so just remember, girl, you are beautiful. So stop tripping, stop getting upset and second guessing yourself and sleeping on your beauty and thinking you're not good enough. Girls, I've been there. I know what it's like, and know that you have that power to bring out that true beauty that you have. It comes from the inside out, girl. And you have one life, so you need to love it and live it and make the most. Make the most of who you are. Take that time to develop your character. Say, I'm going to make a goal to be better in my character, to be better in your positive thinking, in the way that you think, in the way that you speak, in the way that you treat people, and how you take care of yourself. And girls, your beauty will be undeniable. Well, I look forward to connecting with you all. I hope to hear from some of you on Instagram or on my website. Drop me a message, and know that you have the power to be more than pretty. Thanks, ladies.
That last session was phenomenal, don't you think?
I absolutely think so. We hope that you know now that you are more than just a pretty face. So, some bad news, well, good bad news. We are coming up on our last session, which will be on Sunday, November 14th.
But I think there's a special surprise with it. Isn't this one with the boys too?
You're right. So make sure you come back for that. We look forward to seeing you then. And remember, your worth is beyond measure.